Every day, McDonald's restaurants around the world sell burgers, fries, breakfast sandwiches, and soft drinks to millions of customers. But the food may not be the most important part of the McDonald's business. Behind many McDonald's restaurants is a second business built around franchise contracts, rent payments, royalties, and carefully selected real estate. The customer sees a fast food restaurant. The franchise owner sees an operating business with employees, food costs, equipment, rent, and constant pressure to serve customers quickly. McDonald's Corporation sees a global system that can collect recurring payments from thousands of independently operated restaurants. That system is one of the main reasons McDonald's became more powerful than almost every other restaurant brand in history. McDonald's is absolutely a restaurant company. But it is not only a restaurant company. Its real strength comes from controlling the system surrounding the burger. To understand how that system works, we have to return to the early days of McDonald's. In the 1940s, brothers Richard and Morris McDonald operated a small drive-in restaurant in California. Like many restaurants of that era, the original McDonald's offered a large menu and relied on car hops to deliver food to customers waiting in their vehicles. The brothers eventually realized that most of their sales came from a small number of popular products. They closed the restaurant temporarily and redesigned the entire operation. The new system focused on hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, milkshakes, and soft drinks. The kitchen was designed like an efficient production line. Each worker handled a specific task. The menu was limited. Food preparation became faster. Costs became easier to control. Customers received consistent food without waiting for traditional restaurant service. The McDonald brothers called this the speedy service system. It became the foundation of modern fast food. The restaurant attracted the attention of Ray Kroc, a traveling salesman who sold milkshake machines. Kroc visited the California restaurant after learning that the brothers had purchased several of his machines. He saw something much larger than one successful hamburger stand. He saw a restaurant system that could be copied across the country. In 1955, Ray Kroc opened a McDonald's restaurant in Des Plaines, Illinois, and began expanding the brand through franchising. Franchising allowed independent business owners to operate restaurants using the McDonald's name, menu, and operating system. The franchise owner invested money in the restaurant. The franchise owner hired employees. The franchise owner managed food costs, labor costs, and daily operations. McDonald's provided the brand, training, restaurant system, advertising support, and supply chain structure. In exchange, the franchise owner paid fees to McDonald's. At first, however, the franchise system created a serious financial problem. McDonald's needed money to purchase land, develop restaurants, train franchisees, and expand into new markets. But the early franchise fees did not generate enough cash to support rapid growth. The company was expanding, but its financial structure was still weak. A major change came when financial advisor Harry Sonneborn joined the business. Sonneborn recognized that McDonald's could gain much greater control by becoming involved in the real estate underneath its restaurants. Instead of simply selling franchise rights, McDonald's could acquire or control restaurant sites. The company could then lease those locations to franchise operators. This changed the economics of the entire system. The franchise owner would still operate the restaurant and take responsibility for the daily business. But McDonald's could collect rent connected to the restaurant property. It could also collect royalties based on restaurant sales. McDonald's had created a system that earned money from both the restaurant brand and the location where the restaurant operated. This did not mean that McDonald's owned every restaurant building or every piece of land. The exact structure varies across markets and franchise arrangements. In some cases, McDonald's owns the land and building. In other cases, it leases the property from another owner and subleases it to the franchise operator. Some international and developmental license arrangements work differently. But control over restaurant locations became a central advantage of the McDonald's system. McDonald's officially describes revenues from conventional franchise restaurants as including rent, royalties based on a percentage of sales, and initial fees. The company also requires minimum rent payments in conventional franchise arrangements. This creates multiple streams of recurring income from a successful restaurant. The franchise operator sells burgers, fries, and drinks. A percentage of those sales can flow to McDonald's through royalties. Rent can also flow to McDonald's through the property arrangement. The franchise owner absorbs many of the direct operating costs. Those costs can include employee wages, food ingredients, utilities, maintenance, and local restaurant management. The franchisee also takes much of the risk connected to operating the location every day. If labor costs increase, the franchise operator must respond. If food prices rise, the franchise operator feels the pressure. If the local restaurant struggles to attract customers, the franchise operator carries much of the immediate financial burden. McDonald's still faces major risks and responsibilities as the franchisor. Its brand can be damaged by poor operations. It invests heavily in advertising, technology, restaurant development, supply systems, and corporate support. It also operates some restaurants directly. But the franchised model allows McDonald's to expand without directly operating every restaurant itself. That difference is extremely important. A company-operated restaurant records the full value of food sales as revenue. But McDonald's must also pay the restaurant's direct operating expenses. A franchised restaurant produces less reported revenue for McDonald's because the franchisee records the restaurant's sales. However, the rent and royalty income received by McDonald's can carry much higher margins. McDonald's has said that franchised restaurants generate the majority of its restaurant margin dollars. Its investor materials reported that franchise margin represented approximately 90% of total restaurant margin dollars in 2024. This helps explain why the McDonald's franchise system is so valuable. The corporation does not need to directly manage every restaurant employee or purchase every box of French fries. Instead, thousands of franchise owners provide capital and operate local restaurants. McDonald's earns recurring income from the system. This creates a powerful relationship between the corporation and the franchise operator. The franchisee benefits from one of the most recognizable brands in the world. Customers already know the Golden Arches. They understand the menu. They expect familiar prices, fast service, and consistent food. The franchisee also gains access to McDonald's training, marketing, suppliers, technology, and operating procedures. Creating that level of recognition independently could take decades. For many franchise owners, paying rent, royalties, and fees is the price of entering a proven system. But the relationship is not always simple. McDonald's and its franchisees depend on each other, but their financial interests are not always perfectly aligned. McDonald's may want restaurants to offer discounted promotions that increase customer traffic. A franchisee may worry that the promotion reduces profit on each order. McDonald's may require restaurant renovations, new equipment, or upgraded digital systems. The franchise operator may be responsible for a significant portion of that investment. McDonald's may benefit when overall sales increase. The franchisee must still manage wages, food costs, rent, repairs, and local competition. This tension exists inside many franchise systems. The parent company wants a consistent brand and long-term growth. The local operator must make the individual restaurant profitable. McDonald's has built extensive rules and operating standards to maintain consistency across its network. Restaurant layouts, kitchen procedures, food preparation, service times, cleanliness, and branding are carefully controlled. This consistency is part of the product. A customer can visit a McDonald's restaurant in a different city or country and still recognize the experience. The menu may change by market, but the operating system remains recognizable. That consistency also protects the value of the real estate surrounding the restaurants. McDonald's looks for locations that are convenient and highly visible. Restaurants are often placed near major roads, shopping areas, neighborhoods, airports, malls, and other locations with strong customer traffic. The company studies traffic patterns, population growth, accessibility, and development potential. A strong restaurant location can produce value for decades. Even when customers think they are simply purchasing lunch, the location has been chosen as part of a much larger property and distribution strategy. Real estate also gives McDonald's additional control over franchise operators. A franchisee does not simply operate under the McDonald's brand. The operator may also depend on McDonald's for the restaurant site and lease arrangement. This makes the franchise relationship harder to leave. A restaurant operator cannot easily remove the golden arches and continue using the same location as an independent burger restaurant. The brand, lease, equipment, suppliers, and operating system are connected. That integration strengthens McDonald's control over the network. But describing McDonald's as only a real estate company would also be misleading. Real estate alone does not create millions of daily customers. Empty property does not sell hamburgers. The value of McDonald's locations depends on the strength of the restaurant brand. The food creates customer traffic. Advertising creates demand. The menu creates repeat purchases. The franchise system turns that demand into thousands of local businesses. The real estate and contract structure allow McDonald's to capture recurring value from those businesses. The burger and the property are not separate strategies. They strengthen each other. A famous brand makes the restaurant location more valuable. A strong location generates more customer traffic. Higher sales produce more royalty income. Successful restaurants encourage more franchisees to enter the system. More restaurants increase brand recognition and advertising power. The result is a self-reinforcing business machine. McDonald's can use its global scale to negotiate with suppliers and develop standardized equipment. It can spread national advertising costs across thousands of restaurants. It can invest in mobile ordering, loyalty programs, delivery systems, and drive-through technology. Individual franchise owners benefit from those investments. At the same time, the franchise network allows McDonald's to introduce new products across thousands of restaurants. A successful product can quickly generate sales throughout the entire system. The company also collects enormous amounts of information about customer behavior. Mobile orders, loyalty programs, and digital payments help McDonald's understand what customers buy, when they visit, and which promotions influence them. The modern McDonald's system is therefore more than food and property. It also includes technology, customer data, delivery, advertising, and digital loyalty. But franchising and real estate remain at the center of the financial structure. By the end of 2025, approximately 95% of McDonald's restaurants worldwide were franchised. That means most McDonald's locations were not operated directly by the corporation. They were operated by franchisees, developmental licensees, or affiliates. This gives McDonald's enormous global reach without requiring the company to directly manage every restaurant. It also explains why the company can produce strong cash flow from a restaurant network much larger than its directly operated business. The franchisees provide much of the local capital and operational effort. McDonald's provides the system that connects everything. Consider what happens when a customer buys a Big Mac meal. The customer pays the local restaurant. The franchise owner uses that revenue to pay workers, purchase ingredients, and operate the business. Part of the economic value then moves through the franchise structure. McDonald's may receive royalties based on restaurant sales. It may receive rent connected to the property. It may receive initial and other franchise-related fees. The food purchase becomes one small transaction inside a much larger financial system. That is why the statement that McDonald's is not really a burger company is both revealing and incomplete. McDonald's could not survive without selling food customers actually want. The company has spent decades developing menu products, advertising campaigns, and operational consistency. But selling burgers is only the first layer of the business. The deeper layer is controlling a network of restaurants, operators, contracts, locations, suppliers, and customers. McDonald's does not simply sell meals. It sells franchisees access to a system. It provides the name. It provides the menu. It provides the operating procedures. It helps select and control the location. It provides national marketing and global purchasing power. And it receives recurring income when the restaurant succeeds. This model transformed McDonald's from one efficient California hamburger restaurant into a global business empire. The McDonald brothers perfected the restaurant system. Ray Kroc understood how to franchise it. Harry Sonneborn helped create the property and financial structure that made expansion more stable and controllable. Together, those ideas created something much larger than a chain of burger restaurants. They created a system in which thousands of independent operators could build local businesses while strengthening one global corporation. So what is McDonald's real product? It is not simply the hamburger. It is not simply the land. It is not simply the franchise agreement. The real product is the complete system connecting all three. The food attracts the customer. The franchisee operates the restaurant. The property creates control and recurring rent. The royalty turns restaurant sales into corporate income. The brand makes the entire machine more valuable. That is why McDonald's became one of the most powerful restaurant businesses in history. It did not win only because it sold more burgers. It won because it built a system that could earn money from thousands of people selling those burgers every day. This is Money and Power Files. Here, we investigate the hidden systems, financial decisions, and business models behind the world's most recognizable companies. Subscribe, because the business you see is not always the business making the real money.